At Genesee, we believe strongly that children should know where they are at any given point in time, and so we share with them where they are. For student-led conferences, we're only asking you to choose 2 long-term targets that you're going to speak to. Today's class was really getting ready for student-led conferences, which are coming up very shortly, and to look at multiple points across several domains of how they're doing right now. So we paired that with the student trackers. We looked at the MAP scores. We even pulled in some of our other classroom-based assessments, and they're going to look at that, and they're going to look for patterns, where their strengths are and where are some challenges that they still need to address.
We're tracking our learning for what we've learned for the past 6 weeks over the year. We track all different subjects: ELA, language arts, mathematics, and your social skills.
In our folders is like our important work that we felt met the targets. One of our littler learning targets is I can define matter, and the big overall learning target was I can explain the interdependence of energy, matter, and motion. One of the pieces of evidence I'm using is notes I took, defining matter and using details and examples of it. If you're meeting or exceeding each of the littler targets, like I can define matter, then you know you're meeting and exceeding in the overall learning target.
And your fall score, it was a 60. Nope, 69. We realized early on we needed really good data sets to work with the children so they could see how they were doing, and we weren't getting it from the high stakes standardized testing that New York State provided. So we had adopted MAPS testing, measure of academic performance. Last winter it hit 212, and it was something we give twice a year, and it gives us real world, real-time information.
MAPS basically is a computer test that tracks our progress, and
we can see where we're like strongest in like different subjects and where we could probably work on more.
Once we give the students a MAP score, that's not the only piece of data they're going to use. Now they're going to go back to their standards target assessment tracker to look at what evidence they've already collected that's showing that they're moving towards a learning target.
I got my MAP score back, and then I realized that my rates and ratios score wasn't too good.
Fractions last year I wasn't good at all. The test results that came back to me were not as great as I thought they'd be.
So I went back and looked at some quizzes that we had, and then I found out the ratios I was okay with. It's just the rates that I wasn't too good at.
You might not know that when you pull one piece of homework out that you're bad at something. But when we are tracking our homework and you look at all the homework that you've got back, you know that it's an aha moment that you got this wrong.
We've been really deliberate about making sure that a learning target lives somewhere on an assignment that we give them so they can always track it back.
You see all the homework that you've either exceeded on or not met at all. And when I did that, I pulled out decimals and percents, of course, and I got lots of wrongs. And I knew that that was something that I was struggling in.
Then I didn't know that I was bad at rates, but now I plan on to do those rate sheets and then make myself better at rates.
And how's that going? Are you getting better at rates?
I am actually getting better at rates. I am better than I thought I was actually going to be.
We want to make the whole thing about data transparent for kids so they understand that this isn't just about pleasing a teacher, this is about investing in the work themselves.
I was struggling with math, so I worked really hard on it, and now math comes easily to me.
I know I can do better. I think of ways that can help me.
And when I get a bad grade, it makes me feel, oh, I did bad, but I can still make it better.
This process allows kids to scaffold a lot of the practices that we're trying to embody in our school. So starting with looking at their tracking of their own work, it allows them to set goals that they can share out at a student-led conference. The student-led conference in turn prepares them for an audience, which ultimately in 6th grade becomes the passage portfolio. So let's examine your academic goals.